marched through the streets of downtown Minneapolis on Sunday. Protesters of all races and ages united in their call for change.
I mean, can't you see I cannot breathe? Can you get your knee off of my neck?
At times, the message is direct. There are also poignant moments to reflect. Some of those here have lost loved ones at the hands of police.
The death of George Floyd reverberated around the world. Here, it's clear to see the pain and the anger. This is a community that is deeply traumatized.
Adding to that trauma here, the death of Daunte Wright in nearby Brooklyn Center, who was killed by a white police officer during a traffic stop in April.
It cut real deep for me, personally. As a young black man, Daunte Wright could have been my younger brother. Daunte Wright's situation is not that much different from George Floyd, separate circumstances. However, the situation of black men in America being killed at disproportionate rates than any other race is just something that people have stood up and said, enough is enough. This is no longer acceptable.
Before the march took place, the family of George Floyd spoke at a rally. Later, I spoke with Roger Floyd, one of George's uncles, who reflected on the wrenching experience of watching his nephew die on video.
It was heartbreaking. I couldn't look all the way through, but I had to eventually look at it to really internalize what was happening.
Floyd is calling on politicians to pass the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act, now stalled in Congress, that would bring major changes to the way policing is performed at the federal level.
The protests have lasted going on 1 year continuously, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon until there are laws enacted that are on the books where these egregious crimes that are taking place by law enforcement who are sworn to protect and serve are held accountable.
Back at the march, there is a sense that real change is now possible, but they will continue to march until they get it. Dan Williams, CGTN, Minneapolis.